What is up? Just got home from an amazing night of music. The Godless 4 tour, but Unholy Trinity version, Deicide, Rotting Christ, Immolation. Local opener Concrete was added, which is awesome because I saw them about a month ago and was thinking, man, these guys need to be on a kick-ass tour. While they just got one night, they did a tremendous job, and Immolation got a slightly longer set. So, where to begin? Okay, so yeah, this was at Empire Live in Albany, New York. The lineup was Concrete, Immolation, Rotting Christ, Deicide. And this show, I was looking forward to this because I haven't seen Deicide in like nearly 30 years, and at the time I wasn't even into death metal. I've recently really been getting into Immolation. Their last album, their latest album, for me is like it hits the spot. Rotting Christ, almost always enjoy seeing live. So yeah, let's just jump in. It was a weird night, Sunday night in Albany, maybe half sold out, so that was a little disappointing, and I think the bands did a great job where if they felt it, you wouldn't have known. I was a little bit worried because of 2 nights ago in Worcester, seeing similar arrangement, the sound and everything. The whole night was just off for me, but tonight, start to finish, was just terrific. So made a few new friends in line, which is always nice. But man, let me tell you, from start to finish to after finish was just terrific. So Concrete, local to Albany, death metal band, real good 90s vibe. I've talked about them before. They came on, just delivered, short opener set, but it was great. The crowd really dug them. They probably would have had a pit going, or there probably would have been more action had there been more people in at that time, but they were awesome. So I was supposed to pick up a CD of theirs tonight, and I got so distracted I did not, but they were really good. So check them out. Concrete, just great 90s death metal feeling stuff. A little bit of hardcore in there too. I believe they used to be a hardcore band, or more hardcore, and have changed. So then Immolation was up next, and when I saw them 2 nights ago, that was a really hard one for me because like their sound was just eaten by the empty space. Of course, it's not their fault. The Palladium stage is just a weird stage, but they came on tonight and they had, I don't know where I put the set list. They had a little bit of a longer set than last time, and it was terrific. Those guys came out, and it was what you want from Immolation. It was a punch to the face, hard, heavy, loud, mean, no bullshit, straightforward. They played 4 or 5 from the new album, and then a variety of favorites, including one of their first songs, Immolation. I think it is their first song, I guess. Just terrific. Rotting Christ came on next, and the other night I felt like it was too much of a party. I don't know, it just wasn't clicking for me. But tonight it felt like there was youthful energy to it, and it was a bit more straightforward. And I don't know if it's because the lineup was a little bit different, the crowd was different, but it was a lot more of what I wanted from them. Just rhythm and this kind of trance-like thing that their music delivers. They did not have a longer set tonight for whatever reason. They played the same 40-ish minutes, but they did great. It was a lot of fun. Some of the people I met tonight, they were big Rotting Christ fans. One had seen him before, one hadn't seen him before, so that was always nice. And I was there with a buddy of mine, and we've been to some good shows together in a short time we've known each other, so that's been amazing. Then Deicide was up next, and I felt like this was going to be an interesting test for me because I don't tend to like the straightforward death metal from the 90s like Deicide and such. And when I first saw them, like, I respect them, but Just wasn't for me. But I was like, well, I'm into, so much more shit now, and I've listened to their stuff, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I feel like I can do this. And so I got there, and I wasn't sure what they're going to play, how much old shit, how much new shit. Of course, you know they're going to play, like, Once Upon the Cross and stuff like that. But I just wasn't really sure what to expect. And when I saw them before, it was old school members and stuff. So I know they're two guitarists, they're newer, well, the younger guys. But, man, let me tell you, like, it took me a second to, like, kind of click, but they crushed it. Super tight, super mean. Even less bullshit than no bullshit. I mean, it was just the stage is spread out, the drums are up on a riser, guitars to the left, guitars to the right, Glenn in the middle, and just straightforward crushing death metal. And the pace was frenetic. I mean, it was a workout tonight. It was a workout keeping up with everything and headbanging, and there were pits and things. No surfing tonight. But it, just like me and the few people I was kind of talking with my buddy, like we were just in our own little world. So it was an outstanding night. I'm bummed I didn't get to see the package of all four of the main bands, the Godless Four, but tonight was just a terrific night, and more than just the show itself. Afterwards, I got to talk to at least one member from each band and just bullshit for a few minutes. I know they got stuff to do, and some of them are really kind, and they like to go around and talk to people. It was nice, just a little exchange, really cool. They were all really chill. They seemed like they were having a good time, but there was a classiness tonight that I hadn't seen in a while at this level. Most of the members, well, about half of each band, and then of course Jason from Origin again. Like, I see this dude working so many shows. It's crazy. I've seen him work more shows and even cameo at more shows than I've seen Origin play. And I've seen him twice. Okay, I guess it's not a lot, but still, I've seen him work like 4 or 5 shows. But the bands were all like helping each other so much, and it was great to see like they were the crew, and they were even super helpful for the local openers and everything. So it was like, it was a piece of metal that I feel like has been lost quite a bit. And it wasn't just like one person helping. It was like, members from every band kind of chipping in here and there. And it was great to see. And I mean, there's no bullshit tonight. So, really terrific night. And it's one of my last nights for a month or two. One of my last shows for a month or two. So it was really special. And at this point, like, I'm starting to have these great memories from all these bands and all these shows. So, personally, it was great. As a fan, it was great. I do some reviews and stuff, and professionally in that regard, it was like, I'm so excited to talk about this show and, like, share some of the footage, which will be up in a day or two. And, like, God, it was just great. It was, like, the night you want at a show. So, I'll stop gushing now. Got a few picks, got some set lists, bought myself an Immolation shirt. It's all over there. And yeah, man. So, I think I have one show left for about 2 months. It's coming up here on May 15th. It is Snuffed on Sight, Final Resting Place, Torture, Altar, and Blood-Starved Beast at Empire Underground. Little concrete coffin, as I like to call it. And I'm going mainly because, I know I said I was kind of taking a break from hardcore shows, but these bands in this setting, I feel like, is going to be a little bit chaotic and crazy. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of it. But B, I also really want to see Torture. And prompted from a friend who, like, really highly recommended them. I've listened to them a bit. I haven't really looked into the other bands outside of Snuffed. So that'll be my next show. If you care to hear what I have to say about that, maybe see some footage from that. Beyond that, it's something, the Summer Slaughter tour in July, some stuff in August, something in October. I have one or two other things that I'm going to be adding on there, but for right now, that's kind of solidly it. So, that all being said, appreciate those of you who watch. Please leave some comments. Since I won't be going to shows much here soon, I'll be doing some album reviews, things like that. And yeah, as always, have a blast, go to shows, and until next time.